We're on YouTube. So we're on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, and wherever you stream your podcast. And this is Inside the Rawrrzone. And I am Ivy, aka KDK. I hope everyone is doing great this beautiful morning. Grab your coffee. You know, it's not an inside it's inside the Rawrrzone, but we're here during the day. Um I'm happy to be here, honestly, and I want to shout out Alexander Maya for putting this together. For first of all being a first year PR and 3 years in the media game, officially for me to sit down, even if it is virtually, and speak to you, it's truly a blessing. So grab my notes. Woo. Um, our guest is a Detroit MI native, self-made millionaire and business owner dedicated to showing athletes how to establish himself as a business professional. Following the professional athlete careers, Crenshaw grew up in a rough neighborhood in Detroit, but overcame each obstacle placed for him. He was one of the top players of Mackenzie High School and became one of Michigan's all-time leading scorers with an average of 29 points per game and 11 assists per game. As a result of this high, outstanding high school basketball performance, Crenshaw earned a full-time scholarship at California State University, Fullerton, where he earned a degree in African American Studies. Shortly after graduation, he became his career professional basketball player in the European League. Upon leaving the league, Marcus Crenshaw was determined to generate his own income source to show athletes that it's possible to be a business owner after leaving your all on the paint. In 2014, he started his first of many successful companies, HoopCred, the first marketing agency focused on WNBA players. In 2016, he created the She Hoops Network via Instagram by utilizing visuals from all over the internet to bring exposure to thousands of talented female hoopers across the ages and skill levels. In only 2 years of the company, he scaled the business to media powerhouse Overtime, backed by NBA superstar Kevin Durant. Now Crenshaw focused on the FAM Sports Agency, his new sector, the FAM Empire Entertainment, founded in 2019. As he expands the company, he continues to be his authentic self while tending to his clients' needs and wants. Everybody, this is Marcus Crenshaw. I had to. You First of all, especially working because I had managed sports shows when I had worked in the old radio station I was working at.
Okay.
So I learned a little bit about my basketball, my football because I'm sorry, I'm a wrestling girl, as you can tell.
Oh, you a what?
I'm a wrestling girl. I'm sorry. I like wrestling.
Yeah, you like wrestling. I used to like wrestling. I used to watch Stone Cold, but that's about it.
I mean, listen, man, Stone Cold I still be watching him, but I watch all his other endeavors. Like, I still got to catch up on it wasn't the Stone Cold podcast, but the one that he's outside and like he has an episode with Ice-T coming up.
Yeah, I seen that.
Oh, I gotta go catch it. But how are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm just chilling. Is my lighting good enough?
Your light is great. I'm jealous. Is this that Cali light that we can't get right now?
No, I'm in Miami.
Oh, you in
Yeah,
Miami? You do it? How is Miami right now?
it's cool. I don't do too much. But it's open here though. I don't do a lot, but it's pretty open here though. Still hot.
Okay. I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself, stuff that's not in the bio, obviously, because to go from African American studies, and becoming an NBA baller and then starting everything that you been doing. How did when you
Oh,
started? Did what?
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Did you feel like when you were in school you were gonna start the journey you were starting?
Um, no, not really. I really wanted to, my like to go. I ended up playing in Europe and stuff. My goal was, I played professionally, but my goal was the NBA and stuff like that. So, no, I had no aspirations on being a business owner or none of that when I was going to school. I was interested in African American studies, just just from a cultural standpoint, just to see, you know, learn more about what was going on, history and stuff, because we wasn't taught a lot of that stuff in Detroit. So that's why I kind of just took on that. I knew that I wouldn't have a regular job though, and I knew that I would be rich, but I always thought it would be through basketball. So no, I had no idea that I would be doing this stuff that I'm doing today.
Do you feel like everything you studied, though, kind of gave you a clearer head when going into this industry? Because especially over the last 5 years, the trends, even with music, even with sports, have kind of changed. You know, you see people that don't normally get the shine, get the shine.
Yeah, you mean like studied in school?
Yes.
Definitely not. The things that gave me what it was just natural instincts, doing stuff like, you know, friends that I met along the way in Detroit and stuff like that. Just natural life experiences more so prepared me for right now. It had nothing to do with school. School was like the last thing that prepared me for where I'm at right now.
So tell me a little bit about your media efforts and your, you know, because you did the live series, you're working with the female players now, representing them. What made you want to work directly with the female basketball players in the female side of the media as opposed to working with everyone else? Which I think
Yeah,
that's
well,
the way. I'm not downing it.
yeah, I appreciate it. Well, it was like when I was starting one company, it was like a marketing and a clothing company mix. That was the Hoop Care company that you mentioned earlier. It was like when I was starting that company, first I needed somebody to like because it was clothes, it was sports clothes attached. So I needed somebody to wear those clothes. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, everybody got NBA players, whatever, whatever. Let me tackle the WNBA players and then just market to women and do it like that. Cause I was kind of, you know, I was forward thinking like that. So that's what made me do that. And then we ended up adding a marketing sector where we can market them and just sell more and do more and show them how to build brands. So it kind of started as a clothing company and it kind of just expanded to a marketing company.
So detail your day to day now because you still do the marketing. You know, you still do. I'm not sure if the clothing is still. You
No, the
know,
clothing company I sold that in 2016. The Who Cred that I sold that.
you sold that to Kevin Durant, and that's how you.
Kept that was another company. I sold that to another guy named Mike. I sold the company to Kevin Durant. That was like 2018, 2 years ago, half year ago. I built that up. That was who like so it was right. It was all off. I started I said then when I started, I built She Who Worked because I knew the platform. I started, we were selling clothes. Like I said, we didn't have a main platform for women athletes and hoopers to go. So I wanted to create the platform really to sell more clothes at first. And then it became something bigger. And then I ended up selling that company to Overtime, maybe a year and a half or something like that ago. That was the company backed by Kevin Durant.
What in that part? What in that part of your ventures into business? What has that taught you? Because clearly that was early on in your entrepreneurship. What
Mm-hmm.
what lessons do you want to say you took from that going forward with your new venture?
For sure. Well, when I was building that company, I was working like 10, 12 hours a day. I wasn't doing much partying. I was kind of just working and kind of just locked in the house, posting on Instagram and building a following. So that one kind of taught me the work ethic. Like if you got a vision, everybody said it was crazy anyway, because they be like, people don't watch women's basketball. Everybody said it was crazy. But it's like if you got a vision and you willing to put all your energy towards that vision, it'll come true every time. So that was like a test for me that even though everybody said I was crazy, I worked 10 hours a day, I had a vision, and that came true. So I just apply the same principles every time, and pretty much I get the same results every time.
What was the hardest part of starting up the business? Because I know right now, me, I work my day job as well as I'm still trying to build my media company. You know,
Exactly. The hardest part about starting a business, I would say, is marketing and money. So it's hard to start a business. Like if you got to work the day job, if you got to do all that, the reason it's hard is because your time, you giving all your time to the day job. You probably tired when you get home. It's hard to lock in and give that give that everything you need because you don't have a lot of time. So I think if you can find a way to get time and money and you can put your energy and effort towards it, then I think you can win. So I think marketing and time, I would say, is the hardest parts to starting a business for the first time.
So what kept you going through that, right? Like people were telling you no, oh my God, you crazy, my guy. But you're here and you're here tired. What really
Yeah.
pushed you to keep going through?
Well, I was a little different than the average person because by me playing basketball, I still had some money. So I had a nest egg. And what put me through was I was already very confident as a basketball player and as a person. So because I had success in life early. So I was used to people doubting me. I was used to people telling me that I was too small to make it to Division I college. I was used to a lot of doubting things already. So once I got in business and heard it wasn't nothing to me. So I dealt with it early. And what kept me going was just believing in myself, just like everything. I always believe in myself, no matter what anybody say, because at the end of the day, their opinions has nothing to do with my life. That's just how they feel. That has nothing to do with what's going to be the outcome of my life.
So walk me through it, right?
What you say?
Walk me through this now.
Okay.
Because once again, wrestling person, but I don't know your vision, your views of everything. Walk me through your life as a ball player, working its way on to becoming the entrepreneur that you are.
Yeah, it was crazy. So as a ball player, it was like I was really good young, like 10, 12 years old. I was really good. And just like how you read the stats, I did really good in high school. I was a smaller player. So even though I was, as you say, it was Michigan all-time leading, one of Michigan's all-time leading scorers, I still experienced a lot of pushback because I was only like 5'9", 5'10". I was small. So, basketball, they want you to be tall. So I was used to adversity and used to proving people wrong and used to all of that. So I went to college, played. Unfortunately, I didn't get drafted. I went to Europe, played pro for about 4 or 5 years. And that next year was a very interesting year once I was done playing ball because I had given my whole life to basketball. So I was maybe like 25, 26. Now I'm back in Detroit thinking, like, what am I about to do with my life? So I started, doing some things and like meeting people. And like one of my friends, he was running a business and I kind of like was start working with him a little bit, So I kind of like got a lot of game from him, I would say. I got a lot of information. And then I was like, all right, I think I'm ready to start my own company. So I basically about a year, I was kind of lost trying to figure out life. But by the next year, I started the first company, that hoop care company, and then I took off.
And okay. So how from the hoops you went into now more marketing and music?
Yeah. So basically, like I said, 2014 started that, sold that. Shoes Network had the success of the media company selling into Overtime. Then I started the sports agency, which was like 2019, as you stated earlier. People liked me fast, so I signed a lot of athletes fast. We actually was the fastest growing agency, not dollar wise, but as far as number wise, for WNBA, definitely number wise and dollar wise. A lot of athletes related to me. I was young, black, I'm cool. They started coming to my agency, and then I built that already. So 2021, we already here. We got over 20 players, and I feel like music is like a natural progression. So I signed my first artist. His name is YS Lost, because I wanted to add an entertainment sector to the fam empire. So I signed him, and now we're about to actually drop his first video today. So I feel like it was just a natural progression of me challenging myself.
Where is so we know there's a ton of connections between sports and music, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel, especially now, Since we're in the newer turn of the COVID pandemic, and everything is gone digital, how do you feel both the sports and music can still integrate during these times?
Right. Well, I understand. It's a good question.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm I'm not happy about COVID, but I'm happy that I'm just starting now, because now a lot of artists, they were big and they missing millions of dollars in shows, and some of them might go cold because people not checking for them right now because of what's going on. But as far as us, we're shooting videos and everything. We're just getting our artists started. So all of our moves that we make, it will be COVID. Like, we only know COVID. So if we got to create some sort of virtual reality shows or where people can watch his concerts online or whatever we got to do, our mind is already thinking COVID, push our artists and create within COVID. So we coming out in COVID. So we just got to be creative, because people still love music and people still want entertainment.
So speaking of that, right, what were some innovative ways that you took, being that you are starting off with COVID, and I feel like it gave us all a blank slate to really revitalize the industry, but what have you done, especially for your new artists, that's outside of the box at the moment?
Wait, say that again.
So what were you able to do, especially, with him, outside of videos, that will help boost your brand during the COVID and boost your brand essentially?
Yeah, well, what we doing right now? No, right now, you know what? Because most people are sitting at home and running around the world a little bit. That's pretty much all we about to do. We actually are just flooding the market with videos and music. So we gonna build him a fan base during COVID. So I feel like this gives us a chance to sit down, and a lot more people are tuned into the internet because so much people aren't running around the world like they were. So more people are glued to the internet. So I think this is our time to push, to get his music heard, to build his brand, to build the fam, to build my brand. I'm taking advantage of the moment, and whether COVID ends or whatever, we'll be ready. But right now, I'm taking advantage of the moment that everybody has their phones in their hands, and most people just sitting at home.
So I read in an article, about when you started the music branch, and one of the quotes that kind of stood out to me was that you were talking about making it a familiar unit. So
Yeah.
as a CEO and someone of your stature and your celebrity, isn't it a little hard, you know, to really make those relationships with everyone on your team?
No, it's not because like my artists and all of them, they out here right now. They out here now. When they first start, like my players, my artists, we gonna be around each other a lot. Now, as they have success, like my WNBA players, yeah, they venture out. Yeah, my artist is gonna. He might be like, man, I want to move to LA. Yeah, he gonna venture out. But right now, we got a great connection. Like, he lives, like, we in Miami. I moved him to Miami. He lives I'm on the whatever floor I'm on, he on that floor. So we see each other every day. So we just building a relationship for the long term. And then I have, like, I'm good. And then one of my close friends, I have a VP. He's hands-on with the artists. So right now we're hands-on. I don't want to have too many artists where it's just out of control until I grow to that part. You know what I'm saying? If I grow to that part.
Can you tell us like the importance, especially in business, of building connections with the people you work with? Because a lot of people think, oh, it should be mostly business as usual.
Yeah, most people are mostly business. I'm business, but I'm also relationships, because when you're doing something every day, like when I'm running a sports agency or I'm hanging with people or I'm pushing the artists, I still got to be able to have fun. Because if I don't have fun, then I'm not going to want to do it. I still got to like the people I'm around, or I just don't want to do it anyway. Because financially, I'm at the age in my life and the stage in my life where I really don't have to go around nobody if I don't like them just to make money, because I don't need to make money. I'm not in a desperate need to make money. So therefore, everyone I go around, I want to be able to enjoy whatever we're doing together. So I've created my own atmosphere where I only enjoy the people that I'm working with. I don't even want to work with you if I don't like you.
what are the criteria for getting signed? Other than obviously like ability and see if the product fits, but what does an artist need to what qualities an artist needs to possess in order to
Yeah.
be signed by you?
Well, we looking at talent. We looking at character. Character is big because a person can have all the talent in the world, but if they don't got good character, they're not gonna be loyal. They're gonna be doing all this stuff anyway. And I don't really want them kind of problems at the stage I'm at in my life. So I'm looking for talent, really, and then I'm looking for character, and then brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not scared to build somebody from the ground up. So you don't even got to have a lot of followers if I feel like you got the talent. I'll spend the money in the marketing to try to get you where we want you to go.
Is it gonna be primarily hip hop you're looking to sign more?
Actually, Loss is kind of the artist that I have. He's hip hop pop, so he's kind of pop. Like his single he's dropping today, it's called "Done for Good." It's actually basically a pop song. So no, I'll sign anybody.
Okay.
Hmm. I'll sign anybody. No discrimination.
No, of course. How do you feel though the mute? So I've had this conversation with a few people, and do you feel? How do you feel the shift in pop has been coming along? Because back in, I don't want to guess your age or call you old, but back when we were younger,
Yeah,
um, rap was never considered part of the pop movement. You
yeah,
know, it was always just like the Britney Spears, the Christina Aguilera's. But now
yep,
you have artists like Lil Nas X, uh,
exactly.
that changed the shape of entertainment when he did the song with Billy Ray Cyrus. How do you feel the trends are shifting now in terms of that?
I feel like it's shifting a lot because these younger artists now with just auto tunes, melodies, they're more like getting into more musically sound. That's why everybody is kind of harmonizing and doing all of that singing almost. Because I think the artists, it's not many people that are just rapping anymore. Most of the artists that we consider big are kind of like rapping but singing or holding a melody. So I feel like that's just the natural progression of where music is going. I feel like that's just where it's going. So I mean, I feel good about it. These younger kids are doing what they want to do. They're doing their thing.
What makes you happy?
What makes
And
me happy?
I know it's a shift from the business talk, but what makes you happy?
What makes me happy is waking up every day, doing the things that I want to do, not having to do something because somebody's making me do it, because I want to do it, and being around the people that I want to be around. And for me, I'm happy all day. I'm happy with that. Long as I like being around who I'm around and I'm doing what I want to do, like I feel like I'm fulfilling a purpose. Because working towards a goal always makes me happy. So if I'm working towards a goal and I got my passion involved in something, I'm around the people that I love and the people that I care about, and we having fun and we laughing a lot, that makes me happy.
How have you been able to maintain that happiness during the COVID? Because we know it was a trying time. Like, yeah, you started the
Yeah,
business,
for sure.
that's great. Yo, but how are you? How did you deal? How are you feeling? How you know?
Right. The first 3 months, I was just all the way terrified. I was in Miami. I was just sitting in the house. Probably 4 months. I was just sitting in the house like, man, is everybody gonna die? Like, what's going on? I was just like everybody else. I was devastated. And then I had to snap myself out of it and say, look, man, this is where life is at right now. So all you can do is move the best way you can move. So I just started being around people who I had love for, and I picked up this a new passion. Like, okay, let's do the music industry, let's do this. So it gave me another drive, and I just try to keep my mind on the bigger picture where I know a lot of people in the world is suffering right now. So I just try to keep my mind on the bigger picture where just being alive is a blessing. And every day I give it everything I got. And I just say, man, this just is what it is. So that's kind of how I stay happy during COVID. Just staying focused on my goals and not thinking about so much other stuff.
What are your goals going forward for the new music division? Like, what
Man.
do we expect to see?
Yeah, you can expect to see a lot of videos from Why It's Lost, a lot of videos and music, and a lot of marketing, a lot of everything for him. And we're gonna sign some more artists. Because it's not just music, it's entertainment. We also have a movie coming out called The Cheat Code to Black Riches with me and my man's Wellness Mogul, executive produced and starring in it. So we got movies, we got music, we starting that, we doing that. So it's just, you just can expect to see us pushing and moving forward in everything that we trying to do.
What is this new venture, you know, change for you? Because a lot of ventures change people, right? Not in a bad way, but it kind of brings them one step more to the ultimate form.
Yeah, it's giving me a it's bigger. It's bigger than anything that I've done, even though I've done a lot of relatively cool things. It's bigger. I'm focused. I'm at a point where I have some wins under my belt, so I'm very confident. But I'm also very humble because I understand anything happens. So it's just, I feel like it's just the right time. It's just giving me another purpose to push in life and a bigger dream. That's what it's doing. It's giving me a bigger dream to dream and to chase that dream. So I love to start from the bottom and accomplish something. So it's my biggest test yet.
Do you feel like your confidence could also be a downfall sometimes?
No, because it's no such thing as a downfall. I came from the east side of Detroit. I started off with nothing. So therefore, it can't be a downfall because everything you get is a blessing for me. Every business, every 100,000, every million, whatever, every 10,000, every $1 that I create on my own. I feel like being a black man in America that was able to, with racism, with all this stuff going on, that was able to build his own businesses and live independently like I live, it's already a win. So my confidence can never be a downfall because my confidence and not listening to what other people say and telling me to stop and don't do this is what got me where I am. So I will always rely on my confidence no matter what, because I can't take an L, is what people don't realize. I started off as an L. I got wins. So if I start 10 companies and I win in 7 of them, that's a W. I don't care about, like, I've lost basketball games before. So no, my confidence is Liddy Gillespie.
Okay.
She said,
So
"What the fuck is that?"
what I ask everyone in my interviews, right? Without all of this, without the fame, without the businesses, like you said, you took the L's, right? You were born at the L. What would you be doing though if you didn't have none of this?
What you mean? What would I be doing in life?
Yeah. Who would Marcus Crenshaw be?
The same person, because I was the same person growing up. I was the same person. I would still be laughing with my friends. I would still be joking. I would still be, like trying to do something, trying to, even if I wasn't didn't win yet, I would still be trying. Because I'm the type of guy I'm gonna try until I accomplish something. So I would still be the same person. A lot of people like me. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of people that come and see me. I would still be the same person. Even if I wasn't rich, I was the same person then. I never changed when I got money or anything like that. I'm like, all my friends tell me, like, man, you just on another level, but you the exact same person. You still don't go here, you still do this, you still do that. I'm the same person.
Do you feel now, especially at the level you are, to possibly want to give back? Like I know right now, especially with the Black Lives Matter movement, with just everything going on like in the world, and being from Detroit, you said you took the L's. I know also from a few people down there, it's not easy to live in Detroit.
Yeah.
Um, so do you ever feel like maybe one is gonna have a plan to give back to like the community, give back to like the movements?
Yeah.
What are your plans with the agency towards that?
Right. Right now, I gotta figure that portion out. I think about it, but I'm not really where I want to be. I feel like me giving game and giving information to the community is the best thing that I could do right now. I feel like because what we really need is information. We have a lot of things, that has held us back systematically. So what we need is information on how to move forward in this system. So my giving back is I just shot a movie called The Cheat Code to Black Riches, where I'm giving basically black people and anybody but black people, mainly black. That's why I call it The Cheat Code to Black Riches, because that's how we judge ourselves on our own standards. I did a whole movie and I'm giving them 7 principles to manifest anything they want in their life. So I'll be putting out projects and things like that can impact on a large scale, that can kind of change the mentalities of some of the, and try to loosen up some of the trauma that we have from everything that we went through. So I'm giving back through a movie because I feel like entertainment for black people is everything. So I have to put entertainment and information together and give it to them in that way. And I think that they'll accept it.
So what can we all do as a society to be better at this point? Like, we know there's some pretty fucked up individuals.
For sure. It's
And
very fucked up in a lot of ways.
And not to bring up the whole white versus black, but what can we as a whole? So, black, white, black.
Well,
what can we do
this is what I say. As far as white people, if a white person that's racist, I expect it. I understand. I expect some white people to be racist a lot. But as a whole, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't ever think it will not be racist white people. I think white people will, like, a lot of white people, I feel like, will always be racist. But as a whole, man, I feel like people just got to be better to people, Like, you got to understand, you got to see your life. You got to see the life of somebody else. You got to try to look through their eyes. You got to try to put yourself in their shoes. Because if you don't put yourself in their shoes, it'll never be empathy. It'll never be sympathy. You'll never understand. So I feel like that's all we can do. A person can do is really put their, put their life in someone else's shoes. Other than that, man, I feel like you got to keep it moving. I'm not like, I don't know how to stop racism because it's been so 500 years. Like, we ain't stopped it in 500 years. So I don't got the answers to that. I can't even lie. I know that I don't got the answers, but I know that my goal was to just be independent. So I didn't have some white man telling me what to do every day and controlling me. So I feel like I at least did that, where I got an environment where I can feel like a man and I can be happy and I don't have to deal with racism every single day. But I don't know. I kind of just focus on what I can control. I can't control everybody.
Okay, so a couple of fun questions now, because we got to the nitty-gritty. We made it through the whole. We made it. We're almost at the end. We clearly stuck to that. I actually really like this conversation right now. But we do have Ronnie coming on shortly after. So last 2 questions. Tell us one thing no one will ever know about you, like a Snapple fact.
One thing nobody will ever know about me?
Yeah, like a Snapple fact.
Well, if nobody will ever know it, I'm telling you, no, I'm just playing. One thing nobody will ever know about me. Okay. Nobody will ever know. Man. Nobody will ever know.
What is the Marcus Crenshaw Snapple fact?
Yeah. You know what? Nobody will ever know that sometimes when I'm stressed out, I spend like 5 days in my bed and I don't move.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like not stressed, but when I got a lot of going on with business and so much, they think I'm probably being active and I'm whatever. I often need to reset, and I spend 5 days laying in the bed, take a shower, get back in the bed, have food come to me, and I don't move for 5 days.
That's actually really interesting. So it's not like a depression, but you need that reset.
That's a reset. I don't be depressed. It'd be too much people coming at me, and I need to just I need to get away for a minute, and I just chill. Like I watch movies, I watch funny movies, I watch Netflix, I watch series. I catch up on everything that I wasn't caught up on, and I do it at least 2 times a year.
And did that like hinder your time? Like you're not responding, everything is still moving clearly.
I don't even care. Yeah, that's my time. I take it.
That's dope.
Yeah, I do that.
So now, our last question, when you're in your downtime, what is it that you like to do? Do you like to read, go play basketball, watch TV?
You know what's crazy? I never really have downtime like that. When I'm in my downtime, maybe I'll go on a date. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you're single, ladies. He's single, man.
Oh shoot.
Oh shit, you put himself out there.
You funny.
You
That's
really?
what I like to do. In my downtime, I'll go on a date or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like kick it, something like that. But other than that, man, I don't really have much downtime. Because my downtime still is work time because I created these environments where I'm chilling. If not, to be honest, I'm boring. My downtime, I'll be sitting in the house eating pizza, watching Netflix. Like I'm boring.
Why I can't picture that though?
You can't picture it because everybody thinks somebody that's successful and maybe got a little bit of personality is always out doing something, going here and going here. But really, I literally spend most of the time in my house. People don't picture that though, but it's true.
I mean, I feel like just not even based off of like what you do, I just based off of your personality and how you come off to me. I always would picture you outside.
Exactly. Like, you know, the last time I've been to a club, I haven't been to the club in years. I hate the club. I haven't been in years.
See, I started my photography job as a nightclub photographer, and ever since 2016, I haven't stepped foot in a club ever since.
I probably haven't even went since 2013. Like, I hate the club. I hate being around a lot of people. I have kickbacks at my house though. So when people want it, they come to my house, drink, chill, talk it up, chop it up in a controlled environment. And that's my favorite thing to do in my downtime, to be honest. That's what I do.
I mean, I think that is a nice thing, Ignore this room, but I have a photo studio that I just opened up. By the way, if you ever in New York and need photos, let me know. So we're chilling there. We're doing our photo shoots, and it's become like a vibe where, like you said, you build the relationships with your clientele, and they keep coming back.
Exactly.
And I think it's better, and like even with like the listening events that people are putting now in small, close, intimate areas, you receive things so much better as you do it. Like, hey, let's go to this showcase. Let's go pop a bottle. Yeah. I mean, that was never me. I always did it because for me, going out to clubs was like a job.
Yeah, I understand. And I just felt like it's a waste of money for me. I like being at home in an environment with my friends and the people I love. Because at the club, it's 500 people there, and I know 6 of them. I don't like that.
Man, in a club, you pay $500 for a bottle. That's only $40.
Exactly. Fuck that.
Exactly. Oh my god. But
cool.
It was really nice chopping it up with you, though. Can you? I hope we could do this when you're in New York with your artist.
Oh yeah, no doubt, for sure. He's from New York too. Yeah, we definitely can.
And the funny thing is, our studio where we do our radio show is in Brooklyn. So when I read that, I'm like, oh, maybe I could interview him. But then you said,
definitely you can interview my artist when we come to New York.
Well, I followed you from my personal account. So definitely we could chop it up.
I'm gonna follow back. I'm gonna go follow back as soon as I get off.
Perfect. But for now, where can they find you? Where can they find your artist?
Yeah, just you can find my art. You can find me at Coolest CEO, COOLEST CEO, and you can find my artist at Instagram YSLost, YSLOST. Go check him out. He's dropping a new video today, so check him out.
Good. I'm gonna have you send me that too. In the meantime, we're gonna play some of these videos. Thank you so much, Marcus, for being here. You were awesome. You were dope. Thank you for being patient with me with the little technical difficulties.
All right, thanks for having me.
No problem. We're going to get into some of these videos while we wait for Ronnie Mitchell. This is Inside the Rawrrzone. Enjoy yourselves, guys.
Early in the morning, let me bring the news. While you stepping in your slippers, you can pick and choose. Get in the loop or cover your eyes like it's peekaboo. Cause this pill is tough to swallow like a peanut chew. We all dying for a piece of the pie. Sleep with a 9 and aim it at a piece of the sky. You gon' cry, little nigga. This ain't even 9-9. Cause a rat gon' ride in the Royce with 5 9s. It's iodine, we cut deep. Cutthroats in mean streets. This is from the heart. I don't mean it with a mean streak. Assassinated character in absence of a street beef. Rice at the wedding, 40s cooking for a green beef. I'm in a mix like a dobo, nigga. I start the bubble, get the baggies, keep the dough closed, nigga. This crack here, the flow is full loco, nigga. If I'm standing on the stand, I don't know those niggas. What y'all gonna teach me about loyalty? I done gave the game all of me. Air at the air to a dynasty. Smile joyfully, rejoice for your highness, dog. I'ma die royalty. Early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning.
Early in the morning, I'm yawning and that's a blessing. Progressing to fight depression, to have a nigga stressing. My man did a 10-year stretch for a murder weapon. He came home and fought a new case, ain't learned his lesson. And being broke is the top problem. Before I hit rock bottom, I throw the mask on and let a Glock spot him. Moving at a stern space, so I be up early in the morning. Because the early birdie get the worm first. And my future's bright. Pay attention to your friends, they'll show you what your future look like. Where I'm from, niggas pull and shoot, where most niggas be cutting throats. I wear a turtleneck that's bulletproof. Fuck sitting in the hood, popping bottles and smoking weed. Celebrating failure, that ain't what my niggas need. Focus on some other shit, like the new Bentley truck with the 10 guts, that's the baby mother with. Need a big mansion that got a big hallway and like 20 bathrooms just to shit all day. Just to think about the days I ain't have shit. Trying to make a fortune off this rap shit. That's the Hattie Rack shit. What?
Early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning, get the work off. Slaving in the field with the shirt off. Money turn me on, being broke is a turn off. At Chase every day, the teller get me off like Murdoch. This fabric haircut for the guards. The print hand picked by law. You wanna spar when in all actuality you cease to exist. While I'm shining out in space, I'm competing with stars. I can't preach if I can't teach. Down scene with a pen, keep a flame in arm's reach. Now I'm getting paid for the punches like Don King. Bag after bag till I'm under a palm tree. And then another bag and another one. I don't wanna brag, I just wanna give my mother some, father and my brother some. That's what being troublesome. My sisters want a bag, so I'm begging like 100 drums. Early in the morning till the lights go. Grinding 4 seasons, introduce them to the light show. Losing my mind now, I'm moving like a psycho. Flames off the brain and the skin like a pyro. Early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning when I bring the news. Early in the morning, early in the morning.
Gotta get this party lit.
better this way. I'm glad you're gone, 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 gone. It's better this way. I'm glad you're gone. Hey, it's better this way. Huh. Scrolling through Instagram posts that you once made, thinking about our love was shared back in the day. Remembering all of those promises turn into lies now. Now you're out, and I'm going out of my mind. I'm glad you're gone. You broke a Gemini's heart. Hey, you broke a Gemini's heart. It's better this way. You broke a Gemini's heart. Ooh, you broke a Gemini's heart. I'm glad you're gone. Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. It's better this way. You broke a Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. Why did you go? You should've stayed. Took your loving away. Why did you leave? You were my everything. You made my life complete. Why did you go? You should've stayed. Took your loving away. Why did you leave? You were my everything. You made my life complete. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm free as a bird. I do what I want. Don't answer to no one. I sip and I puff. I do as I please. I don't give a fuck. You really messed up, you lost a good thing. Don't try to come back now. There's nothing left for me to say, but I'm glad you're gone. You broke a Gemini's heart. Yeah, you broke a Gemini's heart. It's better this way. You broke a Gemini's heart. Ooh, Gemini's heart. I'm glad you're gone. Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. It's better this way. You broke a Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. Know this might sound crazy, like I'm going out my mind, but this is the aftermath of hurt. The heart of a Gemini. I'm glad you're gone. You broke a Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. It's better this way. You broke a Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. I'm glad you're gone.
Said I'm on my way, get dressed up. Got the button down with the French cuff. Got my attention like you said a 10 HUD. It's the remix, girl, you ain't seen shit, girl, till you seen the fella clean cut. Haters mean mug, you know they can't stand when some made man team up. It's what we dream of, ballin' like a big guy. Impala or a 6'5", big and continental. Black Cadillac, best believe it's not a rental, but your seat goes back. Keep it confidential when you roll with a dog, cause you know what I'm on. So not told, you can hold on the arm of the flyers. Grinding like the X Games, they be buying diamonds for they French frames. I be shining, styling when my vest got the same color scheme that be on my dress socks. You love my style, you love my fresh, love my frames, you love my specs, love my fragrance.
What's that scent?
That aroma that you sense, that success. We flowin', rollin', smoking, ride, pimpin', drippin', dolo mine. Stop trippin', hold on tight, cause I got that shit that I know you like. We flowin', rollin', smoking, ride, pimpin', drippin', dolo mine. Hey. Stop trippin', hold on tight, cause I got that shit that I know you like.
Yo, somebody get your mans. You ain't signed, I don't see you trippin' out here. You talking like you a legend and never take L's.
What's up with your girl, bro?
What gives you the motherfucking right?
You sound like a hating asshole. I'm trying to figure out what you saying that for. Check for me, you should have a little more respect for me. Yes, honey, I am the one they call stretch money. I wear success on my chest. I'm a dog, I'm a hog, I'm a vet, I'm the best. I'm a step from the rest, I'm a breath of the fresh air. Every day I step in a fresh pair. Brand new blue suede shoe. Who made you the one to say who ain't cool? Brand new groove, me and dude can't lose. We don't make mistakes, we just make moves. Show you right, big Dolomite. You gotta roll it right, don't roll it tight. You gotta give a little room to breathe. Something nice on the wrist, cuff links on the sleeve.
You love big Val, you love big stretch. Frames on the face just like big Gretch. Checkmate, ho, we done been on chess. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. We flowin', rollin', smoking, ride. Pimpin', drippin', Dolomite. Stop trippin', hold on tight. Cause I got that shit that I know you like. We flowin', rollin', smoking, ride. Pimpin', drippin', Dolomite. Stop trippin', hold on tight. Cause I got that shit that I know you like. We showin' out, blowin' loud. Hold it now, all the hoes in town wanna holla at me, but you ain't gon' let them. I'm good anyways on the shit they sellin'. We showin' out, blowin' loud. Hold it now, all the hoes in town wanna holla at me, but you ain't gon' let them. Hey, lil' mama, I think you should tell them. You love my style, you love my fresh. Love my frames, you love my specs. Love my fragrance. That aroma that you sense, that's success. We flowin', rollin', smoking, ride. Pimpin', drippin', Dolomite. Stop trippin', hold on tight. Cause I got that shit that I know you like. We flowin', rollin', smoking, ride. Pimpin', drippin', Dolomite. Stop trippin', hold on tight. Cause I got that shit that I know you like. Yeah, baby, we back at it again.
And we here. Hello there.
What's going on? Good morning. You can see me? Okay, I can see you.
I can perfectly see you, and I'm so excited that you're here, Mr. Mitchell. My name is Ivy. We are back. This is Inside The Rawrrzone. If you're wondering what we were playing before our lovely guest got here, we have played Ballad That You Love remix featuring Stretch Money. Hailing from Detroit, we played Tony Brooks' Ghetto Gospel from the Bronx. We also played Gemini's Heart from Uncle Soul Voice. Shout out to Asia Golden too on the direction all the way from Brooklyn. But we back. We in LA. We went from Florida.
In LA.
You know, and I'm so excited for the reading about your story. And I'm gonna let you talk about it, but everyone, I want you to meet the owner of RSkin Matters, the incomparable Ronnie Mitchell, everyone.
Hey, round of applause, hey, well, thank you so much for that introduction. I appreciate it. Hi, everybody. My name is Ronnie Mitchell. I am the owner and founder of Los Angeles Oils and Butters. It is a company underneath my main company, RSkin Matters, INC, because our skin truly matters. It really does. It really separates us from the rest of the world. I'm located out here in Los Angeles. I'm a licensed esthetician, and I've had my skincare line since 2017, and I've been an esthetician since 2018. So, yeah.
Tell us a little bit, and whatever you do feel comfortable with saying, right?
Yeah.
I read your story, and I feel like I can't personally tell your story or read this out loud like I read Marcus's bio. Walk us through your journey of how you got to this point.
So one of the main factors of how I lived, well, let me just start way back from the beginning. When I was about 15 years old, that's when I spoke this into existence about wanting to have my own skincare line. I'll be 39 on March the 12th.
God bless you.
Yeah, I know. I'm almost there. But thank God I made it this far. So that's when it really started. I was about 15 years old, and I spoke it into existence that I wanted to have a skincare line. This was really before I even knew anything about skincare, about how the complexities of skin. So now we fast forward to about 7 years later. My beard is coming in. You know, I'm in college. You know, the hairs and stuff are coming in on my face, and now my face is breaking out. So I'm seeking help from different dermatologists around here in LA, and I found one that I was working with, Everything was going good. I was going in for my laser hair removal treatments. I saw my skin clearing up, and I think I paid for 6 sessions. So on my 5th of 6 sessions, after everything was going good, after all the months I had been going, I went in for my 5th session. I remember laying down on the table, and the nurse came and she was firing the laser. And this particular time, the laser just seemed extra hot, like really, really hot. So I let her do my face, and I told her, I said, it feels like hot today. She was like, well, no, the setting is the same. So what ended up happening is at the end of the session, my face was really, really red, and you could start to see the burn marks. And as the day progressed, those marks, the burn set deeper into the skin. So in the end, I ended up getting burned bad to the point where I had to go to the Torrance Memorial Burn Center for about 3.5 months to get wound care, because like my face had blew up like a bullfrog, and those laser burns actually burned me down to the white meat on my skin. It was really, really bad. And those burns, they lasted for years. And what happened is I ended up suing the doctor, of course. And what they found,
the person, right?
Yeah, I sued the dermatologist, because what ended up happening, and they found in the discovery when they pulled the records for the laser machine. Now, mind you, this is when laser hair removal machines first came out, right? So what they found in the discovery was they hadn't done the maintenance on the machine in quite some time. So the machine had actually malfunctioned. It wasn't fine, because it's the laser fires, and then right at the same time the laser fires is it's like a cryo substance that freezes the skin kind of, but it counteracts the heat from the laser, and it wasn't firing. It was just, I was getting straight heat to the face, literally. So
wow.
Yeah, painful. Very, very, very painful. I remember going home after it and walking into the house. My grandmother was getting her manicurist at the time that came to the house, and she was doing her feet. And I walked in, and they looked at me. They were like, what the hell happened to your face? Like, what happened? And I remember going upstairs and looking in the mirror, like, just being devastated. So that happened, and it took years. I mean, like 7 years for my skin to really start to come around. I remember, so I don't know if you see, I have braces on right now, right? At that time, I had my first set of braces on. I remember going to get my braces tightened about a month after this happened. I remember laying in the chair, and the doctor, the dentist assistant, she was like, oh my God, what happened to your face? It looks like somebody took a lighter, a cigarette lighter, and burned your face. I had these little moon-shaped marks all over my face, all over my face. She was like, you were so handsome too. I was like, oh.
And
so I don't know.
How did you manage to deal with the confidence though? Because I know, like, I used to be 300 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt very insecure about it, to the point where my relationship made me feel more insecure about my weight. Did things to lose weight, felt great. Then quarantine happened.
Right.
I'm kind of fat again. I always admitted to being big, but the bubble gut came out. So I feel self-conscious about myself, but I can only imagine what you go through. Like at that time period, what was your mental state like at that time?
So my mental state was, it was definitely shaken. I didn't go outside. It was only a few friends that really saw the process from when it first happened up until now, just the whole thing. Like how we're wearing masks now, I was doing that back then because I didn't want anybody to see my face. And plus, with the burns, you can't go into the sun because the burns the sun makes the burns darker. It will make them like irritated and hurt. It was bad. And at that time, I was young. I was working out. I was trying to model. So this really derailed a lot of things for me. And, I've always kind of been like not a shy person, but kind of to myself. So this made me draw in even more, not wanting to talk to people, because when they saw me at that time, the burns were so prevalent. It literally looked like somebody had tied me up and took a cigarette lighter and just burned my face. Or like this one lady said, she said, it looked like somebody's clawed your face. Like, did you get in a fight? Because they were like, it was bad. it was a bad time in my life. And I wore that mask, and it was like the ninja mask where you could just see the eyes. I had my whole face covered up. I didn't like to look in the mirror. I mean, it was bad because just imagine everything going good, and then boom, this happens because they didn't check the machine. So the one thing that came out of that was a good thing was my company. So it led me down this journey to find something to help not only to heal my skin, but to fade the marks that were on my skin, because there's a big difference between like an acne mark and a burn mark. The burn, it really changes the dynamic of the skin. It's almost like where the scarring is more so permanent, whereas with the acne mark, it's just a deeper pigment, like a pigment on the skin, but it lifts easily over time. Whereas the burn, not so much, So
once you, after going through your process and everything, you discovered what is EMU oil.
Yes,
How can you explain that to us in like more depth and how that
absolutely.
also helps your scars?
So emu oil, do you know what an emu is?
I'm gonna
No,
just be
okay, perfect. That's perfect. It gives me an opportunity to give you a little bit of education behind it. So an emu, do you know what an ostrich is?
Yes.
Okay, so an emu is a smaller version of an ostrich. Think of an ostrich in Africa, and an emu is in Australia. The difference with the emu oil is, so you know how does your skin get oily ever? Like you ever see like your skin gets like kind of oily? Okay, so with emu oil is very similar to the oil that our skin naturally produces. So out of all the oils on the market, have you heard of coconut oil before?
Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm allergic to coconut and pineapple. They can't use them.
Okay, have you heard of like jojoba oil?
No.
Jojoba. Okay. Have you heard of olive oil?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
Greek.
So okay. So out of all the oils on the market, emu oil absorbs very deeply into the skin because it mimics what the oil our skin naturally produces. So with that, it also is amazing for helping with acne, treat acne breakouts, acne flare-ups. It's amazing for joint pain, and it's also amazing for evening the skin tone. But emu oil, you can use it from head to toe. It's truly a universal oil. So one thing I can say that came good out of that situation of me being burned, besides the settlement that I got, right? And that took like 7 years to get, was that I discovered emu oil and its benefits. And through that discovery, I've been able to literally help tens of thousands of people at this point. Because some people have experienced some of the same things I've gone through with getting burned, while others have had acne so severely that, just like how I was wearing a face covering, they wear a face covering, or they just don't go out the house at all because their self-confidence is so shaken. But emu oil is truly a miracle oil, truly.
So now as an esthetician, you use this in all of your products, like with all of your work?
Pretty much, yes. So emu oil is included in about 90% of my products. So my company is it's a black seed oil, emu oil, African black soap based company. I really found that like during that process of me with the burns and trying to heal, I was using stuff from the pharmacy. I was using stuff from over the counter, and it just didn't work for my particular skin. It would cause me to have breakouts. And mind you, I was already dealing with the breakouts from the hair bumps. um, it clogged my pores. It made me look super greasy. It just wasn't for me. So the natural way to go was the best way for me. Have you ever used African black soap before?
Yeah, I actually use it in my shampoo for my hair.
Oh, okay, nice. So you make it yourself?
No, I buy the one. It's like they have the bottles like the African skincare one, the African hair care ones.
Yeah.
My sorority sister, shout out to Katya, she referred it to me because my hair would get super frizzy. It's colored, But then, of course, everyone has a little bit dandruff problem. So it really, once you set it in, and like it really just helps. It soothes, it tingles, but at the same time, it's like I got no flakes.
No flakes. Good. Okay, good. So see how the natural way to do the stuff is a little bit better than things from over the counter. And usually with the natural products, you can actually pronounce the names in the ingredients versus where you go to the store and you turn the bottle over and you see all the list of the chemicals that are in the ingredients, especially like soaps that you buy over the counter, even with shampoos. A lot of those same ingredients can also be found in detergents because they're degreasers. So, detergents that you wash your clothes with.
Yeah.
So black soap is amazing. One only gripe that I had with black soap when I first started using it is that sometimes I feel like it could really dry my skin out and kind of leave burns, especially like the black soap bar, like the crumbly kind.
Yeah.
So what that led me to do is start to play with mixing black soaps with my oils, the black seed oil, the emu oil, like trying to kind of counteract that effect of the black soap. And what I found is infusing the emu oil with the black soap, it really counteracts the are you familiar with the word alkalinity? Alkaline?
No, alkaline, yeah, for the cancer patient.
Yeah, well, the alcohol have like alkaline water. So if something has too much of an alkaline substance, then you drink alkaline water because it does help fight cancer. It helps fight different diseases within the body when you ingest it. But if you have too much alkaline on the outside of your body, it breaks down your skin. It breaks down the protective barrier, the oils that your skin should naturally produce. So it's not necessarily good. And that's one of the things that black soap in its natural form can do. It's extremely alkaline. Whereas the skin is naturally like acidic, and emu oil is very acidic. So anyway, combining the two, it was like the perfect merger of being able to cleanse your skin and moisturize your skin and beautify your skin all at the same time. And like you said, you can use it on your hair as well. So I really came up with like a genius recipe. And the way I came up with that is literally I was smoking a blunt. I don't smoke anymore at this time, but I was smoking a blunt.
Yeah, I missed you after you.
Look, I don't smoke anymore. I was like, okay, I'm done smoking after this happened. So I was trying to mix this recipe up for months and I could not figure it out after making the soap, right? So one day before I started to work, I smoked a blunt. And so I'm about to mix my ingredients. I set everything up. I was high as hell. I went to start mixing and I did some steps out of order. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm messed up. I was like, well, I can't throw this soap away. So I just got to rock with, I got to rock with this mistake. So as I start to mix the soap, I'm like, well, wait a minute. It's getting really, really smooth here. Like, what's going on? I continue to mix it. So then I let it set and boom. All I seen was dollar signs. It was like me smoking the blunt has led up to all of literally this. So after that day, I stopped smoking when I got the recipe how I needed to, because if that situation wouldn't have happened, I don't know how, because for the longest time, I swear to you, I was trying to figure out how to get the blend right. And that particular night, I got it right. And it's been working ever since.
So now... So after 8 years, after everything, you finally found the formula. What was the process like after you found that formula now to get the business up and running?
All right. So after I did that, so even before I found that formula, I was selling like my shea butters, my black seed oil, and my shea butters pretty much. And a couple of little other things I was experimenting at the time. And I was working at the hospital out here in LA. And so what happened is my shea butter, which is my all over body butter, which is one of my signature products, the flagship product that kind of got me to this point as well, I had wore it to work. And the girl that sat in the cubicle next to me, her name was Juliet. She smelled it. She was like, wow, what is that you have on? It smells really good. I said, oh, it's just this shea butter that I mix up myself. She was like, well, can you bring me some? I was like, yeah, I can bring you some. I'll charge you $10 for it. So I bought her some. She wore it. She liked it. And she started telling all the women in the office. So then it started to spread like wildfire. So now I have this unplanned clientele in the office. So I'm selling to all the ladies in the office, up to the managers, the general managers at the hospital. Like, it was really moving. They transferred me to a different department. I literally hated it because it was like on the phones. So let me see. I trained for 2 weeks in this new department. When they were gonna let me fly solo on the phones, my trainer, she was like, well, after we come back from lunch, you're gonna go on the phones by yourself. So she left, she clocked out, and I sat there and I was like, do you want to do this? I was like, nah, you don't want to do this. And I ended up clocking out. I wrapped up my keyboard and I left. I didn't tell nobody. From the job, I left. I mean, California's an at-will state. I had been there for like 2 years already too, and I left. They were calling my phone. I was just sending them to voicemail. Now, at this point, I didn't have like any plans or anything. I mean, I had a little product that I was selling at the hospital, but mind you, my customer base is at the hospital, which I'm leaving. So a couple of days after that situation happened, somebody on Facebook hit me up and was like, hey, would you be interested in doing a vending event out here in Compton at the Aeronautical Museum? And I'm like, a vending event, like just sell in the public? I was like, well, shit, okay. So anyway, I went and got a little table, got a little tablecloth, a little tent. I got there, I set up, and it was crazy. Like, I sold out that day. Sold a bunch of stuff that day. Like, I think I made $1,100 that day. And yeah, in a day, it was a matter of like 4 or 5 hours. And I was like, wow, they really liked my product. Like, it was crazy to me because I had never done you ever been to the farmer's market before?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a farmer's market, but like a bigger event. So from that experience, I was like, okay, well, what I'm going to do is make sure I have work for myself every weekend. So I just got on Instagram and started searching for events around LA, and I would pay the table fees, and I would just go and set up. And each event, I would just expand my booth. I would refine the look, make it look better, refine the products, make them better, the labeling, everything. So I just constantly worked. And this started in 2017, and I think I did my last event in like 2016? I don't know, it may have been 2018, but I was working my ass off every weekend, dragging this cart around the display, meeting different people. And it was about maybe a year and a half of doing that before I actually set up my website and really started working on my Instagram following and growing it. And just from that, now I don't even do events anymore. I'm 100% online, and and I do facials here in LA. It really help people's skin. So that's like the very condensed version of my story. So much has happened in the between time of that, but that's it.
So would you still? So I don't want to say like, because I feel like, all right. So compared to an artist standpoint, for a minute, that way you can understand what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
How artists, after they reach a certain stature, they don't want to pay to do shows,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the case may be. Do you still pay like vendors fees if you wanted to, right? Being at the point of your career, because not they might know you in LA, but like let's say in New York, would you still go and pay like a vendor fee because to help support a smaller brand, obviously, who's trying to do something to showcase brands, but at the same time, you're paying for your promo.
Right. Well, you have to. There's no way around paying for the vendor's fee because they have to pay for the space that they're in. So yeah, but I mean at this point where I'm at, as far as like my time, I got out of doing the vending events because my online business, it really carries me now. Like I worked hard. Like doing vending events, it's a hard life because if you set up, right, you get there before everything opens up, you unpack, you set up, and then I would stand up the whole time. I did not take any chairs with me. I would stand up, and I had like my tables eye level because I wanted to talk to the people face to face. And some of the vending events, it's thousands of people. And it got to the point out here in LA where people will wait in line to talk to me. Like it was crazy. Like some of the things that as I'm thinking about it, how it happened for me, it's just been such a blessing. But yeah, it's no way around the vending fees. And it's a lot of advantages to doing smaller events because even my PR lady that hooked me up with this event, I met her at a very small event, a very, very small event that was out here in LA. Alex, yes. I met her at a very small vending event. It was maybe only 4 vendors there, maybe 3, and I was one of the 3. And yeah, because you just never know who you're gonna meet. Like I always say, you never despise small beginnings because you just never know who's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So there are definitely advantages in going to vending events and networking with people. So
What do you still currently? So I know you use your own product. We all use our own
yes,
product at the end of the day, right? Do you still use like other products? Like I know when we were talking about the stuff at like the pharmacies and whatever, like they tell you not to look for products that don't have sulfate.
yes.
Um, is there other products that people should like be looking into when they're purchasing skincare products?
So my rule of thumb for like the skincare is really a trial and error because our skin is very much the same, but it's so different at the same time. So like I tell people, especially like when it comes, for example, sunscreen. Do you wear sunscreen at all?
Yeah, I still burn though.
You still burn. So the sunscreen that you wear, did you buy different versions of sunscreen just to test to see which one that maybe would?
No, because one, I don't go out to the beach often anymore, and that was prior to COVID. So
Hmm.
I kind of bought the same brand I always had. And I think that's just the lazy shopper in me. Like everyone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get this one from like Banana Republic, for an example,
Uh-huh.
or whatever it's called, the one with the banana."
Yeah,
Um,
banana boat.
yeah, that. So as you could tell, how much of a lazy shopper I am. I have 2 friends, Danny Ray, who's on this check-in, who's smiling because she was excited for this interview as much as I was, and of course Venomous, who has a makeup company called Bal Cosmetics. They both yell at me because I used to be so lazy with my maintenance. Uh,
Uh,
so like now I'm being introduced to like collagen masks, different types of skincare lotions, like it's crazy. So no, I did not.
uh, well, skincare is really a trial and error. But like I said, the one great thing about my skincare line is that it can be used solely by itself, or you can mix it with other products that you use. It works synergistically well with other products. And the thing about emu oil, like I was saying, because it is so similar to the oil that our skin naturally produces, say you have a serum or a cream that you like, you can mix a little bit of my emu serum, which is right here. I don't know if you can, if it'll show
Oh,
because of the
that's so
light.
pretty.
But right here, yes, this is the emu serum, and you literally just need a couple of drops because it is a oil base. So literally like 2 drops. This bottle will last you for months. But what it'll do is it'll help pull your other products deeper down into your skin because really it's a very small percentage of products that get absorbed into the skin topically, just because the way our skin is built. But when you add a product like emu oil to it, you're getting more of an effect of maybe those higher end products that you're using because you have what's called emu oil. It's called a transport oil, so it's helping to transport those other products deeper down into the dermis than they would go by themselves. So yeah, my products they are they're amazing. They're literally they're amazing, and they're great for all skin types, whether you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic. Listen, I have clients all over the United States, and I haven't even touched the worldwide market just yet, which hopefully I'll be able to do this year.
Tell me about COVID and your business, because I know if I for a photographer like myself and for a media host, like the media was fine because the media still kept going, but being a photographer, like I can fully say like I've made 1 booking in the year of 2020, maybe 2.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, especially with New York, with the way we shut down, we weren't officially able to really bring our businesses back up until like I want to say my business honestly started picking up more in September, and
Hmm.
then it was more about bringing more content to make sure my presence was still aware. Um, because the media host was already there. But remember, like I started the photography, you're not gonna forget that.
Mm-hmm.
How were you able, because I see your Instagram. Sorry, I really do creep on people and I don't mean to, but it's just literally like research for me.
Yeah.
Um, so I look at your Instagram, like I see how you do the smoke mask to like open up your pores. And you give the little tips. How else do you promote your skin line without going through all the conventional methods?
Email marketing and text message marketing. It really helped. I just started doing that last year when I brought on a business manager. So it really helped to, keep my customer base going and help grow my clientele as well. And then just constantly posting on Instagram, letting people know, hey, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. Because COVID, it affected me somewhat because I think the shutdown started like around March the 13th and the 14th of last year.
Yeah.
And it was literally the day after my birthday. My birthday is March the 12th. And I did a huge sale. And what ended up happening is that sale, usually my birthday sales are really huge. And I had a staff at that time and we had orders to pack. And the office that I was in, they were like, well, we got to close because it's I guess a state ordinance or something like that. And they sent that email, I think on March the 13th or the 14th at around 7 p.m. And they were like, you can come in tomorrow, the following day, and get your stuff out, but we're only going to be open for 4 hours because they want us to close down. Like 4 hours to move my whole office.
Like
so
4 hours to close permanently?
No, they ended up closing the office building I was in for a month.
Oh,
And they still charged us rent. And it was so last minute notice that I didn't have my staff come in, so I had to literally move my office by myself in 4 hours. I mean, it was the commitment and the dedication that I have for my business and my clients and my customers. It's like it's supernatural. It's for real, because that shit was some bullshit. Literally, it was terrible. But even with doing that, my business, it didn't slow down. It seemed like with COVID and everybody being at home, it caused people to shop more because they didn't have anything else to do but, shop. So, of course, I didn't have my staff at this point. So I was still sending out orders from the house. And it was only thing I really couldn't do was facials. But the product line is still carried me. And it still does carry me today. And it's always been the main thing that's carried me. The facials, even though I couldn't do it, they were just kind of like, I do facials now because I like that customer experience and helping people. But it's not the main bread and butter. But with COVID, it didn't really slow anything down with the business, thank God. If anything, it picked it up.
See, I wish that happened to me. But I read here that not only when you were working on the skincare line during the COVID and everything, you also started working, or you developed a nonprofit?
No, I didn't develop a nonprofit.
Yeah, the way it was worded here, but you are working with the Heroes Inc. in California?
Yes, so we are working with Heroes Inc. What we're doing is we're adopting a unit overseas. And so my PR lady, Alex, she is a military vet. And she said what happens with the troops overseas, with them being in the desert like Afghanistan, I believe, that the weather is very harsh on their skin because it's very dry, it's hot, and then they don't have access to, just basic things that we take for granted here in the United States. So what we've done is we've adopted a unit over there just to help take care of their skin, because she said people over there suffer with so many skin issues that they've never encountered before, but because the weather and just the climate and this new circumstance that their body is in, it really sends their body into shock. So what we're doing is we're sending over products to the troops over there just to help take care of their skin. That's pretty much it. And the crazy part is, which is so funny, The unit that Alex was in, I was telling her we were having the meeting about doing this. I was like, you know what, my little cousin, she just got shipped over there. And Alex was like, well, find out what unit she's in. And long story short, they're in the same exact unit. Isn't that crazy? So my little cousin is over there now in the same unit that Alex was in at the time. So she's excited because I told her what we're doing. I'm like, I'm sending you products to tell all your people over there. They'll be getting a package very soon.
So how do you feel after doing all that, right? Because it must be like a humbling experience. I don't know if some of these people have already contacted you back after, working on this. I don't know if this is like a second shipment or a first shipment or a third shipment. What is that like for you to work with so many different people?
I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. I truly feel like my purpose of being here on this earth is to help people with the gifts that, I've been blessed with. So even just to help, one person or to help many people wherever they're at, it's always a humbling experience for me. I really appreciate it. Even when I go out now, it doesn't happen often, but when it does and somebody, sees me from Instagram, they say, hey, aren't you Ronnie from Instagram? I use your products. Like, I'm like, wow. I always get just like, wow. Like, I always thank them for, seeing me. I said, thank you so much for seeing me. I appreciate that, because I do this because I've always loved skincare, and I love helping people, especially helping people feel better about themselves, because going through the self-confidence issues I went through, if I can help somebody else regain their self-confidence or be on the road to rebuilding their self-confidence, that's it for me. That's it. So, and I know a lot of people, like, I don't know if you ever see people that are like, oh, I'm a celebrity this, I'm a celebrity that, and it's like they're so obsessed with being like a celebrity such and such. I have celebrity clients too, but I always tell people it's not the celebrities that have built my business. It's the everyday people like myself and yourself that have not only built my business, but have sustained my business and helped me get to this point. And those are my celebrity clients. Like, if you became a client, you would be like a celebrity client to me, because you really, you're sewing into my business, like into me directly. With celebrities, I have them, but celebrities are iffy. They're iffy. They'll go with wherever the wind blows. Whereas me, when I find something I like, I'm very loyal to the soil, to that particular thing. So, it's like and that's how a lot of my clients are. What did you say?
It's like when you go to the same hairstylist, and it's like, yo, no one else can cut my hair but like Alejandro,
right?
Or your nail person. So I definitely understand that, and like that's how I am now with my makeup with my homegirl. I buy only from hers because the way she packages it, the way she does everything, it makes you feel like you're unique.
Yes,
like it goes to everything that you're fitting. So from your whole journey and from everything you currently do now, what would you tell someone that went through the trauma you went through, and they're trying to make their way back?
Somebody that went through the trauma I went through and they're trying to make their way back and heal, what I would say is work on it every day. And for me, don't stare in the mirror and obsess. Don't stare in the mirror and obsess. Don't talk negatively to yourself, and just know that you working on it every day, and it may take years for you to see any type of progress. Continue to work on it and be nice to yourself. Literally, with your thoughts, be nice to yourself, because it's really the thoughts that can shake your self-confidence. Because somebody can see like, oh, what happened to your face? And then that's it. The conversation can continue on. But you, since it happened to you, you know how you can get kind of stuck. Don't get stuck in that space. It'll get better. I'm a living witness that it will definitely get better. Just continue to work on it if you've gone through a trauma. That's it. And if anybody wants to start a skincare line, what I would say is get the education. Yeah, that's one thing that sets me apart from a lot of the other people that have skincare lines, is I went to school and I got the education. I got that license that says, no, he knows what he's talking about. Then I got the experience on top of the license. And one thing I can say, well, I'm so grateful that I did go get my license is once I got it, my product, they really changed because at that point I understood what I needed to do to my products to make them more universal and more effective for different skin types and different skin conditions. So yeah, definitely go get the education, do your research, test, 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 and put yourself out there. You have to be visible. I know a lot of people when they ask me about, how do you start a skincare line or how can I grow it? I'm always, you got to put yourself out there. Go live on your Instagram page. Go out and do events. Talk to people. That's how you're really going to get out there because you never know that one person, they may have a huge network of people that they can introduce you to and then boom, you have an audience. But if you don't put yourself out there, you'll never get that audience. It'll already be very, very hard. So yeah, test. And some people are like, oh, when I go live on Instagram, it may be only 2 or 3 people that'll come on there. I'm like, well, okay. So if you have a product that's $80 and those 2 people buy, that's $160. And maybe you only did the live for 20 minutes. Some people go to work for 8 hours to make, $160. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid of the audience. Don't get caught up into the numbers of your audience because you could have a million followers, but really all you need, if you have a consistent 500 people buying from you every month or even 100 people buying from you every month, you have an income, you have an audience, and you just continue to work and grow from there. But you have to put yourself out there and you cannot be afraid to do it.
So I don't want to ask the same question I asked Marcus in the beginning, but I do have another words of wisdom question. What are 3 values or it's not values? What are 3 things that you could say actually stand out about your product?
3 things that actually would stand out about my product. The first one is how universal it is. It is a universal product. And like I said, the one thing about me is when I was developing it, I wanted to help as many people as possible. So whether you are Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whether you have oily skin, dry skin, acne-prone skin, or whether you suffer from POC, that's like the hair bump, cystic acne, whatever it is, my products can help get your skin to where you want it to be. Whether you're using it solely by itself or you're using it in conjunction with other products, my products will definitely help you. That's the first thing. The second thing about the products I would say is that it's clean beauty. They're organic products. So they're not chemical based. They don't have the sulfates in it. They don't have the petroleum jellies in it. They don't have the mineral oils in it. They literally come from the earth. They literally come from the earth. And so you have very little side effects usually with organic products. Some, like you said, with the coconut oil, some things you can have a side effect with, but for the most part, when it's from the earth, it's almost universal for everybody, unless you have an allergy, like you said. And then the third thing I would say is, let's see, the third thing I would say, it's a self-confidence restorer. Once you get on a good skincare routine and you start to see the results, it changes you. You start to maybe walk with your shoulders back a little bit more. Your back is straight. Your head is up a little bit higher. And it helps your self-confidence, your self-esteem. So because skincare, I feel like once you have like a good skin day or a good hair day, don't you feel different? Don't you feel better about yourself?
Like a whole
changes your whole mood. So not only is my product line a skin changer, but it's a mood changer as well. It's like not only do I sell skincare, I sell self-confidence as well. I sell education as well. So those are the things that come with my products when you get it from me. You see like all the videos I have on my Instagram page, or even if you go to my IGTV section, I have so many tutorials on there walking people through how to use the product. And I always tell people, use just a little bit. You only need like a little bit of like my African black soap here, right? Like this jar will last you for months, literally for months, because you only need a little bit. My thing is not to try to suck the money out of people, but to get them to really use their product sparingly so they can see the effect. Because with some people they'll overuse the products, and it's like, why are you using so much? It's not going to give you any better or faster results. You just have to have time, patience, and consistency to really see those results. So yeah, those are the three things.
So Miss Maya's on the check-in right now saying it really is a great product.
Hey Alex, what's up?
I knew she was watching this whole time. It's okay. So my best question for you, what is your skincare routine in the morning? So your skin is flawless, boo.
Thank you. So my skincare routine in the morning is the same thing that I tell my other clients. So literally when I go get my products, I don't make like a special batch for myself. When I need to get some more product, I go and reach in the basket that I would send out to my clients and get product and bring home. So I wash, I tone, and I moisturize. But before I wash, I always wash my hands because you don't want to put bacteria on your face before you start your routine. You want to start off clean. So you take a little bit of soap, you warm up your water. You just do it warm. If you can use distilled water out of a tea kettle to wash your face, that'll be best. But if you only have access to sink water, you just want to use a little bit of warm water to wet your face. Take a little bit of soap, you lather it up, you massage it into your face for about 30 to 45 seconds. You rinse off with really cold water. Then you come in with your either rose water toner, 213 water, or your jasmine water. This is my rose water here that I get fresh from the distillery. Smells amazing. It's Moroccan rose petals. Take a little bit of that, you spray it on your face, and then you follow it up with a little bit of your serum here, your serum oil, or you can use some of the serum cream that's in the jar as well. And then you always, never leave the house, even on a cloudy day, without applying a little bit of sunscreen. And you want to use at least a 50 SPF, at least. Because even though, like for you, you're fair skin, right? But for somebody like myself that's on a darker skin tone, we get the dark marks. But one thing we both get are maybe the fine lines and the wrinkles that the sun causes. Have you ever heard of UVA and UVB rays, like the sun rays? So do you know what the A stands for in UVA?
No.
So it's ultraviolet aging. Get the age lines on your face. And then the UVB is ultraviolet burning. How you suffer from UVB, you get sunburn. So that's why it's very important to wear sunscreen, because if not, the sun will age you and it will burn you at the same time. So you get a little bit of education there. There you go.
No, I learned a lot today. Listen, I'm actually glad because I don't like burning. I'm sorry. They call me a lobster every time.
Oh no, that's not good.
Like my dad was a lobster too, may he rest in peace. But I expected it, right? Because all my other siblings burned too. So it's like I'm not the only one. Like, hi, you get to suffer with me.
Yeah.
But it's good to have these conversations because a lot of people, first of all, I learned more about self-care being in quarantine and like what I needed than I did when I was outside in the world, like with everyone else. And that's only because when they give you when quarantine ended, all these and like the businesses opened up again, right? We'll talk about that time when the nail salons, the hair salons, all of this, right? So people are so used to going and buying, manicure to get their manicures, everything. In New York State, when the restrictions were lifted, charging I literally to get a manicure and a pedicure, because they wouldn't allow regular manicure and pedicures anymore due to COVID. You had to do either UV gel or the UV powder. They charged me $85.
And that's high. How much would it usually cost?
For a regular if I got a regular manicure and pedicure, would have cost me $25.
Oof.
So we're talking about an influx of of the price because now everything has to be done differently. But
Right.
when you sit down and like, okay, mind you, I still suck at doing my nails, but I know how to do my eyebrows and everything so much better. You know, I know what product to use like, if I break out. You know, I try to work on stuff like that. You know, so for someone to come and to teach more about it, because people think you need to rely on these salons. No, in the end of the day, it's a YouTube video.
Yeah.
It is a tutorial. It's your friend just talking to you on how to better take care of yourself because we don't need this. The money that we got from the stimmies, we should have saved it for a rainy day, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
You know, because and I thank you for teaching me all this because now it's more stuff to look into.
Yes, definitely get some of my products. You'll be very happy. And so, like, my kits are only like $50 right now. I think I have a kit right on sale right now. The one I showed you, the Emu Serum kit, which is the most popular kit. I think it's like $51.08. I have it on sale right now. And like I said, the products, they last you for a long time. And the thing about my products is, I don't know if you ever look on the back of maybe like your face wash, you'll see the first ingredient in there is water. Usually the first ingredient in most products is water. I probably don't have any water in them besides like the toner, which is a rose water. But like the soap, it's 100% pure concentrate. And like I said, it's great for all skin types. And you see that oil infusion in it? So this will last you for...
Creamy. Like, because
it's very creamy.
you didn't put the water in it to dilute it.
Right. It's not diluted at all. And it makes an amazing thick lather, not a sudsy lather. Usually when soap has suds in it, it has like a chemical in it that's similar to the chemicals that they put in detergent. That's why if you notice with like sudsy soaps, it kind of makes your skin dry because they have those degreasers in them. Not mine. 100% clean beauty and natural product, good for all skin types.
So my love, I'm gonna definitely make sure I'm following you on all my accounts.
Yes, please.
And the personal, and I would love to keep in contact with you so I can learn more. I know you're a busy man, but in the meantime, where can they find you?
So you can check out my website, LosAngelesOilsAndButters.com, to pick up some of my products. I have my popular Emu Serum Kit, which is good for pretty much all skin types. If you're looking to brighten up your skin, you definitely want to go with that Emu Serum Kit. If you have dry skin or you suffer from psoriasis, go to my website, LosAngelesOilsAndButters.com, and pick up the Black Seed Serum Kit. You'll really enjoy that one. Black seed oil is an amazing detoxifier. So if you are suffering from, like I said, eczema, psoriasis, or dermatitis like a skin allergy, go with the Black Seed Serum. Now, if you're vegan, I also have my Rose Hip Kit. It doesn't have any animal products in it. It's 100% vegan, pretty much. And that's the Rose Hip Kit. That's also available on the website. And now, if you suffer from really bad acne, or if you have really flaky, dry skin and dandruff, pick up my Tea Tree Serum Kit. Tea tree oil is an amazing natural antiseptic oil that is good for really healing the skin. Sometimes, even though I don't have acne, I enjoy using my Tea Tree Serum Kit. It is an amazing kit. In addition to that, I have my most popular flagship all-over body butter, which is really how I got here. It smells amazing. If you like shea butter, you will love that. I also have my other body butters on there. I have coffee scrub soap, coffee scrub mask. I sell black seed oil, which is another popular product on my website as well. I get my black seed oil pressed fresh weekly. The seeds are from Israel, and I get it pressed here in LA every week, and I go pick it up and I bottle it myself. And let's see, I think that's it. I also have my hyaluronic acid mask that just fell on the floor that's coming out. So this is a sheet mask unlike any other sheet mask that'll be out soon. This is actually a silk sheet mask. Have you ever used a sheet mask and they kind of like sit off of your face because they're stiff? Mine actually conforms to your whole face. And the good thing about this one, not only does it hydrate the skin, it's amazing for acne because the secret ingredient in here is snail slime. Who would have thought you would put snail slime on your face? But it works amazing. It also brightens up your skin as well. These will be out soon. I just got my shipment in a few days ago. And I also have another product that's coming out as well. But you can check all that out on my website, LosAngelesOilsandButters.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, which I am very active, at the same handle, at Los Angeles Oils and Butters. And I'm on Facebook as well, at Los Angeles Oils and Butters as well.
So I want you to smile. I'm going to take a screenshot because it's the closest thing to a picture I can get.
Oh, okay. Smile.
So just smile. Perfect.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to personally thank you for being on my show. I know with the schedule change, it was kind of crazy. I do apologize for that, but I'm so thankful to have spoken to you. Your journey is inspiring.
Thank you.
If you ever in New York, you need a photographer, more customers, please call me. I love your brand.
I'm gonna hold you to that. If I make it to New York, I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna be like, hey, I need you to come and shoot me.
I'm
not
waiting.
Shoot me with a gun with the camera though. No, I'm just playing.
Bro, the camera. Listen, man. Let's start a whole other conversation. We're gonna start. Let's not do that. On that note, thank you so much for making our season premiere of Inside the Rawrrzone very entertaining. Shout out to Marcus Crenshaw that was on our segment earlier. Shout out to Alexander Maya for allowing and putting up with me the last couple of days, trying to get everything together. And once again, if you follow me, the 6 p.m. step is on tonight with myself and Katya. Next week we got Frank Knight in the building at our radio station at DTF Radio. Follow Talent Wave, follow Ivy Productions, follow the crew, follow Los Angeles Oils and Butters. And if you don't, in the words of KDK, you are a dub. And on that note, I bid y'all adieu and thank you.
Talk to you later. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. No, thank you. Bye.